I recently bought one of these bait boats. A lot of you probably recognise it. It's one of the ones off eBay. They're cheapest ones you can find, really. I bought this for £80, not including a bag and a battery. And before I bought it, I tried looking for some reviews on it, and I had right the trouble. So I thought I'd make this. So, first impressions of it. It's a nice tough material, you know. It doesn't seem to be made out of cheap materials. This one's a little bit dirty because I have used it now. You'll see a video of that at the end. It comes with a single hand remote, which nice little handy thing. Once again, it's sturdy. The batteries for this is 2 AAA batteries. I use rechargeable batteries for all my fishing stuff. I just find it easier. And then you have a inbuilt 7.4 volt battery, 5200 milliamps. And then with this one that I got, I also got a spare one as well. The basic functions of it, the indicator. So what you have to do, put these 2 cables together. It'll be easier with 2 hands. So you put them together, then you see it's powered on. Shows you what sort of battery life it has in it. On off switch, once again it's quite a sturdy switch, doesn't feel cheap at all. And then side remote, turn it on, light on the top. Now one of the features of this which really caught my fancy once I read the instructions and found out I actually had it, is it alarms. So when the battery's low, it alarms. So the alarm should prevent you getting in a scenario where you get 50 yards out and suddenly the battery dies and your boat's just floating there. On the back, so it's 2 propellers. So see, forwards they both go, so backwards they both go again but different direction. So left you only get the right propeller go, right you only get the left propeller go. Now it's also got a feature on it which I thought was quite smart really, and what it is that it's auto correct. So if it's going along in water, which it's quite on a windy day, so if I press forward on the remote, then I turn it left, one motor turns off, I turn it right, so it auto corrects itself. So you don't end up going in the complete wrong direction to where you aim to go. Now one of the things that concerned me about this was the fact that instead of it being dropped out, it's flipped out. Now if I use the remote to do it now while it's empty, it's going to be quite drastic really. If I do it now, that did concern me, but when I actually used it and it was full of bait, it actually wasn't. It wasn't as bad. And you think about it, they say that you can put up to 1.5 kilos of bait in there, so it needs to have a bit of push in order to get 1 kilo out if it has that much in there. Once it has flipped, so if I just flip it again, right, once it has flipped, obviously you'll drive your boat back to you as it was, and then to put it back down it's just simply a case of pushing it down and then turning this back round, which once again is easier if you're doing it with 2 hands. The spare battery, I said this won't come with it, some of them don't. Obviously you have to look at the description of the product you buy. It fits in there quite nicely, and then you would clearly unplug the one that's in there and change it over. Nice and simple. Also on here, I'll turn it. Oh, I need to plug it back in, don't I? Now, if you're night fishing, which is what I used it for, it has a light feature to it. Now, blue lights on the back, which I think are quite cool, and white lights on the front. They're when you're on a dark lake at night, they're surprisingly bright. So that is turned on by, so you press up for on, down for off. Now the instruction manual shows you that you press the right button to release the load, but that's actually wrong. It's actually the left button. You just release the load. It's also got a trigger on the back which is for cruise control, but I didn't use that, so I'm not going to tell you whether that was a good or bad feature to have on it. It comes in a box. It comes with the charger, which obviously charges the internal and the spare battery, and you also get 2 spare propeller blades, which, considering they're protected blades, so I think do well to damage them. And then I imagine it's just a case of just pulling them off and pushing these ones on. Might use a bit of super glue just for safety. So overall features, I said this is a bit violent the way it comes out, but like once it's full up, it's not as harsh the way it comes out. You have this little cap that goes over there. It's nice and tight, so it's not going to let water in. The waterproof on-off button. Now at the front here, it's got a little hole, and that hole is for if you do get water into the hole, it can pour out. Now it's actually meant to have a little cap on it, but mine didn't come with a cap. But like I say, if you're looking for bait boats, most people would have seen these online and wondered what they are, but my overall view on it is that it did the job. Now it wasn't majorly windy conditions, but it's obviously I can't control that. But it did the job perfectly. I only went around about 100 foot out because the lake I was fishing on, it's the first lake I've been on since lockdown that I can actually use the bait boat to test it out. But I only needed to go 100 foot, but it done the job for me. I haven't gone any further on it to say how good or not it is on that. But so if you think £80 compared to what people pay for some of the others, you know, going hundreds and hundreds, I think this is well worth the cash. Be honest, I was very close to buying a dearer boat when I bought this, and I'm glad I bought this. I've only bought it for a trip to France, really, where the opposite bank you can't cast to due to overhanging trees, and the owner recommends that you use a bait boat for it. So for them scenarios, something like this is fantastic. But this is going to follow now with a video off the boat in action, so I hope you enjoy. Thanks very much.